So my story is about recovery and never doubting yourself and always believing that you can accomplish more. And my story is for people that have been through any hardships in their lives, whether it's not just injury, their family, their friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is. My whole story is whatever challenges that you have in your life. I'm sure you have challenges yourself. Whatever it is, dieting, sleeping, school, working, whatever it is, my my message to people is listen, I lost half my body because the right side of my brain got affected. So I only have one good side to my life. I'm walking every day with one leg, with one arm. I'm on a computer with one hand. I wrote 4 books with one hand. So just about never doubting yourself is my story. Yeah, so that's what's coming in the pipeline. That's the biggest thing. And those are going to be movies and audiobooks one day and all these things. So that's my biggest goal, just to get all my story out there. It's called Rebuilding Adam.
Power 8 Radio.
Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of PAR Real Talk. My name is Pali. I will be the host of the show here on Power 8 Radio. And I have an incredible guest today. So if I just pass the baton, if I get you to please introduce yourself, tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and what you do, please.
Yes. Well, my name is Adam Elnekaveh, and I work for a shoe company, and I was an aspiring bodybuilder about 5, 6 years ago, and I was launching a fitness company, a social media fitness company, and about a couple of weeks before my business launch, I was in Thailand on vacation with my friend that was graduating university, and he was having motorcycle issues, so I took over because I thought that I could handle it because I was more experienced with motorcycles and he was not. So I took over his motorcycle, and we don't know what happened, but something occurred with the bike, and I fell, and and I hit a wall or hit the floor very hard. And the biggest problem was I was not wearing a helmet because we were trying to look like the locals because we felt like, we're Americans, we're okay. We're in Thailand. So I fell with no helmet, and then I hit the floor, uh, and I broke my skull. 15% of my skull right now is plastic. So like this is all plastic. And oil from the motorcycle that I was driving shot up my brain. So I had a piece of it poisoned. I had to have a piece of it removed. So I was in a coma for 10 days across 2 countries. In Thailand, I was in a coma. And then I woke up from my coma in Taiwan because my parents were trying to bring me back to America for proper medical care. Um, yes, so yeah, fast forward, I woke up and I was pronounced paralyzed, and I'll be a vegetable the rest of my life. And fast forward after months in hospital rehab centers, sleep away, my mom needed to stay with me, needed to live with me in the hospital, working. 10 months after my accident, fast forward, 10 months after, I got my first car. So I was unable to walk. I was in a wheelchair for 4 months. I was in a cane for 3 months. I was in a leg brace for 4 more months. I got stem cells. I got therapeutic acupuncture. I got oxygen chamber, over 100 sessions. So I tried everything, and luckily my family could help me get these things. And yeah, and now I run four shoe stores. in California, in Palm Springs, Huntington Beach, Pacoima, and Encino in the Valley. So yeah, so my story is about recovery and never doubting yourself and always believing that you can accomplish more. And my story is for people that have been through any hardships in their lives, whether it's not just injury, their family, their friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is. My whole story is whatever challenges that you have in your life. I'm sure you have challenges yourself. Whatever it is, dieting, sleeping, school, working, whatever it is, my my message to people is listen, I lost half my body because the right side of my brain got affected. So I only have one good side to my life. I'm
Mm.
walking every day with one leg, with one arm. I'm on a computer with one hand. I wrote 4 books with one hand.
Wow.
So just about never doubting yourself is my story.
This is a really, really incredible journey. I mean, you had a vision to what you were doing before the accident, but after the accident, it's the whole recovery aspect of it and how you didn't let that change you. That is a really, really inspiring story. I really commend you for that.
Thank
And
you.
kind of reflecting on the journey since your accident, what are some of the unexpected lessons that you've learned about resilience that go beyond these physical aspects of recovery?
That's a good question. I think the one of the biggest, because there's many and it's all in the book, 4 books, so there's a lot. The biggest thing is appreciation. I think one of the biggest things is appreciation because, you know, we've heard this a million times. You don't appreciate something till you lose it. We've heard that since we were 1 years old. And me, I was there's videos on my Instagram. I'm in the gym. I have 100-pound dumbbells holding. My friend is putting 40-pound dumbbells on top, and I'm pressing it. I'm doing jumping pull-ups. I was athletic strong. I was athlete, basketball, everything. So life was just physically. Life was just, yeah, let's go. You want to go for a run? Let's go for a run. You want to go work out? Let's go. Let's go to Venice Beach. Let's look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's do everything. Oh, you want to do this? Okay. You want a motorcycle? Okay. You want to try whatever you want. So life felt easy for me. You know, I wanted the gym. I did the gym. I became a big bodybuilder. I wanted a fitness company. I hired 2 companies in India and Pakistan, also in San Diego to help me. So everything was so easy, whatever, easy, easy. But after my injury, I was I was reintroduced to the fact that just taking 2 steps by myself, with no nurse, with no surgeon, with no doctor, with no mother, with no cane, with no bands tied around me to my stomach to help me so I don't fall, was the hardest. Just walking 2 steps. I was not allowed to eat food because the doctor said, I don't know how to eat. I don't know how to chew. I don't know how to swallow. I didn't know how to sleep. I didn't know what time of the day it was. I didn't know anything. I was 28 years old when my accident happened. I was a young guy. I'm still young. I feel like an old man, but I'm still young. So I was single. No girlfriend, no wife, nobody, nobody. After my injury, when you have a brain injury, um, sexually in love, you don't know what that is. Like, it's not like I don't believe in God because I don't, no, you just don't know what love is. You don't know what sex is, excuse my language. You don't know what intimacy is. You don't know. what passion is. You lost everything. I lost everything. You know, my skull was like this. It was flat. It was empty here.
Mm,
So the funny thing is that I didn't wear a helmet in Thailand on my motorcycle. Now, after my injury, I had to wear a helmet for 4 months
mm,
because if I fell on my head with no skull, it's gonna
mm.
break.
Wow.
So you really, so it's the biggest thing that I can answer you is appreciation of life. You know,
Mm.
that's big.
Yeah, no, that's a really detailed answer, and I feel that. And kind of moving on from there. So, you talk about back then. It seems like you're a go-getter anyway. That's just who you are. Um, but you had no fear, doing the gym and all this. So, has your relationship with fear changed over years? And are there any specific moments or insights that you touched on in your new um books to explain this shift?
Um, you see, in my books, I tell people how I adapted is the biggest message. I think that's one of the biggest messages in my book. It's about adapting to a new life. You know, I was the guy that was helping, I was carrying my mom. I was helping my friends. I was the big strong guy. I was the leader. I was the leader. So in my book, I learned that I can't walk anymore. How am I gonna be? I can't even think of being a leader. I can't even walk. You know, how am I gonna even start dating again? I can't drive. This is early in the book. I can't drive. Who wants to talk to me? I don't know what to say. I don't know how to keep a conversation. I don't know what to think to have a conversation. So one of the things that I did, this is one of the things. I couldn't go to a bar. I couldn't go to the movies because I'm injured. What am I gonna do? You know? So I go to the grocery store because the grocery store I found because I was very insecure about my injury. I'm still insecure because I am a guy limping. I am, I am a bodybuilder. I still have muscles a little bit, but like I only have one arm and one leg, So my one of my biggest adaptations was going to the grocery store to meet girls and to meet new friends. Because the grocery store, what I would do is I would use my grocery carts where we hold food as my cane. Because I would take my fingers, I would wrap it around the the grocery cart and I'll hold it and I would walk. And a guy is looking somewhere else or the girl is looking somewhere else. So I'd go and then I go, excuse me. And then when they turn around, yes, I forgot what to say because I can't think. So I
Mm,
wrote a piece of paper and I put it on the grocery cart that said, it's all in my book. Like, hey, do you know where the cereal is? Do you know what time this place closes? Oh, do you usually come? Like I made little notes for me. And
mm,
then also with business, I after almost a year, I started working in a call center, in a shoe call center. You know, where customers call, yeah, I want these shoes, will help me.
mm,
So I did that. And to do that, I needed to write me a whole bunch of scripts also, like something to follow.
mm.
So that's the thing. I just learned to adapt to my injury and to my life's new challenges, basically. Yeah.
Mm. This is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And so your book, actually, let's talk let's touch a bit back into it. Um so in terms of like your early looking back at your early stages during your recovery, there were you've said about a lot of things that you had to do. But compared to who you are now and what you went through then, are there any moments that you feel is symbolic to who you've become today?
You know, the thing is that, people, we hear all of our lives, um, that you are going to be great. You're going to be the next president. You're going to be the next lawyer. You're going to be the next doctor. So with me, you know, I I was told basketball. You're gonna be a big basketball player. You're gonna be, oh, now you're a bodybuilder. You're gonna be a great bodybuilder, model, all these things. And now, me growing up, I never thought to myself, Adam, you're going to you're going to write books and speak and be a public speaker. I just came back from Utah 3 days ago. I spoke to a real estate agency of over 500 people. And it's great. It's amazing. Wow, Adam, wow, good job. You're on stage. Everyone, but that was not my dream. I never thought, Adam, you're going to be a basketball player. You're going to have motorcycles. You're going to be a bodybuilder. Boom. Then you're almost going to die. And then you're going to work hard to recover. And then at the same time, you're going to inspire other people. Yeah, I don't want that. Break my skull. I lose a piece of my brain. They have to take a piece of it out. I don't want that. So, what's symbolic to me is that, yes, I can hopefully be a success. We just started this. My first book came out in March. We started this here. But, ABC, NBC, all these TV is amazing. Thank you so much. Wanted me, interviewed me, television, all these things, and it's hard for me to digest it, digest it because as this is not the life that I wanted. I didn't want to limp everywhere I go. People say, "Oh man, look at the handicap parking. I wish we had handicap parking. We can park right there in front of the mall, in front of the." And I used to be like that. I had a motorcycle. I used to park. I used to park my motorcycle right next to the handicap because you can do it in most places because you just leave your bike wherever. And I always used to look at the handicap like, oh, you're so lucky. But now I'm lucky with you. I have a motorcycle here. Ha ha ha. Huh. What happened now? That motorcycle got me. Now I really have to park there. And it's not something that I want. I don't want. You think if I can go back in time and say, I don't want my injury in every single place I'll go to, every grocery store, every event, every whatever, mall, I'll park all the way in the back. I'll park the last parking spot all the way. I'll walk a mile. I'll jog. Why not exercise a little bit? Because now I can't jog, you know? So that's the main symbolic thing to me is that I need to accept that this is where I am. I made one stupid, insignificant decision not to wear a helmet in Thailand. The police officers actually, I left this out, I forgot to tell you, this is in the book. Two motorcycle cops stopped me and my friend and gave us tickets for not wearing a helmet. We paid the ticket, $14. Nothing. Thailand cheap. So I paid it. I see four more locals driving with no helmet. My friend, I go, hey man, you see this? Nobody well, come on, let's go. There's no more cops. Let's go. And then I fell. So religiously, if there's a God, if there's a spirit, if there's something, if there's someone, coincidence, whatever you want to deal, uh, think about. Maybe someone was looking out for me and I ignored. So that's what hurts me the most is that this accident was my fault. All my fault. Nobody raped me, no one shot me, no one ran me over. Me. It's all me. So that's what I'm trying to make acceptance with. But if I can somehow take this decision that I made, this horrible, horrible tragedy that I created, that I created, if I can take that and teach and motivate and inspire and entertain, even whatever, other people, because there's a lot of people that are hurt. I went to many, many rehabs and I had a TBI. It's called a traumatic brain injury, TBI. You know what that is? You do? Because I didn't know what that. Okay, I didn't know what that is. So, because they said to my parents, he has a traumatic brain injury. He has a TBI. So I went to a bunch of TBI recoveries across the country, LA, Colorado. I've been to many locations. 1.5 million TBIs happen every year. 1.5 million car accidents, motorcycles, bicycles, stairs, walking, ladders, strokes, stroke victims, seizures. Oh my God, epilepsy. There's so many people. That's 1.5 million a year. What happened in the last 50 years? That's 100 million people,
Mm.
you know? And then also, it doesn't even mean people that are born with this. There's people that are born with injury, with an injured brain. So I have people in my family. I have someone that was born with Rett syndrome, which has a slow generation generating neural signals to the brain. She has slow signals. So there's even people that are born with this. And look at me. I was perfect bodybuilder, athlete, great. No injuries, no cancer, no issues, no nothing. And I created this. So if I can somehow reach out to anyone that's going through anything hard in their life, anything hard, I can say to them, I say, listen, I know life is hard. I know your father, your mother, your best friend, your job, your boss fired you, school didn't accept you, whatever. The girl didn't go out on a date with you. Hey, I have half a body, but I'm still here. I still travel the world. I was in Europe. I was in Israel. I was in Miami. I was in New York. I was in Wyoming. I was in Utah last week. I'm still living my life. And that's the message that I want to put out there. Yeah.
It's a great message.
Sorry for
And you,
overspeaking.
sorry, you've really there's a lot of questions that I had, but you've broken them down. That actually I feel you've answered a lot of my questions. There's just one bit that I just you've talked about going through the traffic cop. They give you the ticket, but you carried on going. So to me, it feels like things happen for a reason. That this is actually your calling. The roots that you had before, they say man proposes, but God disposes. So the route that you had before was not actually your route. You're meant to empower people. You're meant to bring out, you're meant to do more than just what you felt you could do. There's if this didn't happen, you won't be speaking in front of 500 people. You won't be on Power Radio. You won't be on all this, you know. So if there was, apart from the regret side of it, if there was one advice you could have given to, right after the accident, if there was one advice you could give to yourself, what would it be?
um, that's the first question you asked. That is easier for me to answer. First question. Um, Understand. And I got this tattoo actually. Talking about this. This tattoo is a reminder for me. Adam, you can be as strong as you want, but always remember you have to be caring for yourself because you are delicate. Because if I can go back in time and talk to myself before my injury, I would say, listen, I know you feel strong. I know you are bench pressing 300 pounds. You're doing whatever you want. You're in Thailand, first time on an international trip with your friend. No family, just your friend. But just understand, you are delicate. We all are delicate. This is before COVID. This is before, I didn't know how easy we can get sick, how 5 million people die from just a COVID. I didn't know all this. Um, and I never broken an arm, never broken a leg, never had an injury. So I didn't know what pain felt. I never had stitches. Now I got stitches. I had stitches all the way across my head. So the biggest lesson I would tell anyone and to myself back then was say, be appreciative because you are delicate. They say that people that have cancer, people that had spinal injuries, people that had like really bad diseases and hardships, they appreciate life the most because, they look at the stars, look at the sky, look at the sun, they go, wow, I can breathe. I'm all by myself. Nobody's watching me. I can do whatever I want.
Mm.
So I would say to myself, just know that this life, you are delicate. Skin is not metal. We're not stainless steel. Skin can rip. Blood can come out. You can have a disease. You can get COVID. You can have whatever. So that's the biggest thing that I would say to myself is just know that you are delicate. Life is fun. Life is hard. Life is challenging. But just know, no matter what, you're alive, you're breathing, and don't forget that that's a blessing because there's many things that can hurt you. Many things. Yeah.
Wow, that is a really great advice. I think we should definitely all take that on board. Um, and kind of as a summary, running out of time.
Yeah, sorry about
Apart
that.
from not at all, apart from going to read this great book, Rebuilding Adam. It's called Rebuilding Adam, the Tragedy. What's in the pipeline for you? And where can we go and find out all about
Yeah.
everything you're doing?
Yeah. The place that I'm most active, I'm there multiple times a week. I'm on my Instagram. It's Adam Rose Vision. Adam Adam Rose Rose Vision eyesight. Um, I do public speaking there. I give motivational talks, just to say good things and motivate people. I interview people on the street. I walk up to random people and I say, what's your biggest challenge right now? What's one? I'd give the same interview that you just gave me. I asked them, what's the biggest tip you would give to someone out there, like a younger brother or a sister? I have really great people on there. So follow me on Instagram, Adam Rose Vision. My website is called strive2defy.com because I'm always striving to defy what they said about me. Um, and my second book is complete. My third book is outline done. We are actually talking right now to three publishers that are interested. Simon and Schuster and Penguin. So they're all interested in picking me up, and we're actually filming a documentary on me. And yeah, and I do public speaking, but between us and your audience, my I developed a new passion, and that's storytelling because I love telling my story and like things that are happening to me. So I have 4 books that I wrote, not done, but it's finished, and um, and they all tell ways of how I'm dealing with everything. Yeah, so that's what's coming in the pipeline. That's the biggest thing. Those are going to be movies and audiobooks one day and all these things. So that's my biggest goal, just to get all my story out there. It's called Rebuilding Adam. And yeah, so that's my story. That's what's coming up. Yeah.
Really, really cool. Can't
Yeah.
wait to follow your story. You're absolutely incredible. We
Thank
took
you.
hours. For shame we run out of time.
Of course. Of
But
course.
yeah, we should definitely catch up again pretty soon. But yeah, until then, it's been such a pleasure.
My
Take
brother,
care.
thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
You're traveling on the airwaves of Power Ace Radio.